Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So it's the weekend, and I know we've already had one movie review, but we've got a second one for you. So this is for the movie Joyride. So anybody who doesn't know, this is the story of two Chinese girls who meet each other. One is adopted, one is not. One's family has moved, or they both moved to America, and they meet in a little town, and they become best friends. One friend is kind of the silly friend, and the other one is the more serious friend. The serious friend is the one that's adopted. She feels that she has to prove something, and she becomes a really high lawyer, and she wants to get partner. And the only way to get partner is basically by completing this deal in China. So she takes her best friend, a friend from college, and her best friend's cousin, Deadeye, and they go on this trip to China to try and finish this deal, and a lot of mishaps happen. That's the story. Was it a joyous occasion, or did it feel like a really, really long ride? Well, I would say very much it's more the first. I'd say it was a good film. It wasn't a great film, but I did enjoy it. So let's get the spoiler warnings up, and let's get into it. So, if you've seen the trailers out there, the two trailers I feel are very different. The first one is a lot more funny, I feel, than the second one. It's from one of the writers or co-executives of Family Guy, and it does come across because there are kind of some regular themes from Family Guy that is portrayed here. I feel the first trailer, if the film had been a constant supply of that, it would have been a really good comedy. But this is actually kind of a comedy mixed in with a little bit of serious. So the story, as I basically detailed of it, is they go to China, they meet the people, and basically he will close the deal if the main lady can represent her Chinese heritage. And because conveniently, let's come up in a previous scene, is that her mum's adoption agency was on the back of the stick, the only picture that she has with her. So they go for this journey of trying to find her mum, to basically come to this party to represent, to show that, look, I'm a Chinese, this is my Chinese mum, and then and this is the whole thing. And obviously, thing doesn't work out, as you've seen from the trailers. They get on a train, they meet a drug person that stitches them up, and they get thrown off. And there's these, some scenes are really, really funny. Some scenes are okay. Some scenes, I think, miss their mark a little bit. I think this is very much the film to watch with your friends. So if you have, or even if your partner, I think me and my wife might enjoy this a bit more. It was only out for a week, and I managed to see it at the very last showing, so I'm quite grateful for that. And I say, there was some scenes that were really funny. I say, it just feel like it didn't hit its potential. Like the song, there's some whores in this house. Unfortunately, when you hear the whole of the song, it isn't quite great as the trailer would expect. And I say, some of the comedy bits from there, when you see more of an exaggeration of it, they don't land a little bit. But the whole premise of this movie isn't just a comedy. There is a serious side of it, and the serious side actually is done really well. It kind of, you don't even realise the serious side from the trailer. So they did that really, really well. There were sections that you didn't see. There wasn't like, oh, I'm waiting for this to happen, I'm waiting for that to happen. It's kind of girls kind of belonging and how they are in life, and even like the culture, like Chinese culture, they feel like outsiders in the Western world, so to speak. And I think that did come across. And I say, I like Crazy Rich Asians. I quite like this movie. I quite like to see a bit more of these sort of films come out. Opening up the world a bit more to different cultures and stuff. I know there are films out there, but they're not as mainstream, and I would consider this to be a bit more of a mainstream film. The actors and actresses, mostly unbeknown. I've done small roles and stuff like that, or been on stuff that I don't really know. So, except for Daniel Day Kim, who makes a little guest appearance near the end of it. But it was good. Overall, I really, really, I think it is a good film. I would give it a 6 out of 10. I'm not going to say too much. I say there's a lot of twists and turns that you don't expect. And there are some funny stuff. And I think it's just a good, funny film. I just think it missed its mark a little bit. But I say, it's from an executive producer from Family Guy of Chevy. She's got a really long name, and someone else in these two women. And I think if this is the first film that they make, and they start making a few more, not necessarily a franchise, but just different films, I think they're only going to grow in potential. So there's that. So yep, so that has been my review of Joyride. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you wish. Otherwise, I shall see you in the next one.